keep sugar supply adequate and steady, keep prices down, and keep inflation or prices of food items and essentials in check. The three main reasons for Aggie Senior Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban's hasty decision to immediately execute the approval to import 440,000 tons of refined sugar dated January 10. But as our Clazel Cordelia reports, the Undersecretary's claims were met by pushback from a minority senator who seeks a probe on a number of perceived irregularities.
Ensure adequate supply of sugar, bring down its price in the market, and control the rising prices of basic commodities. These are the reasons why Department of Agriculture Senior Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban said he allowed the importation of refined white sugar pursuant to the directive of the Office of the Executive Secretary.
In response to the directive of the President to address inflation and create a buffer stock, and given that sugar is one of the components of most commodities that drives the consistently high inflation rate, I acted with haste and interpreted the memorandum issued by the Office of the Executive Secretary as an approval to proceed with the importation. The directive of the Executive Secretary to me was a manifestation that directive is already a sugar order.
According to ES Lucas Bersamin's letter dated January 10, Panganiban is instructed to implement the recommended importation of sugar for the domestic market in accordance with the President's order to have a buffer stock and prevent rising inflation. Because of this, more than 200 containers of imported sugar arrived in the country on February 9, 6 days before sugar order number 6 was released.
With the urgency of the situation, I instructed 3 capable and accredited companies to proceed with the importation of sugar, provided that they agree to reduce the prices of sugar, sell the commodity in a price that is commercially acceptable in the market, and that they will shoulder the cost of warehousing.
But the question is the President aware of the arrival of imported sugar?
He was aware when the sugar arrived on February 9, he was properly informed that the sugar has already arrived.
Senator Rizzo Ontiveros questioned the letter and the entry of the alleged smuggled sugar. She also flagged the memorandum draft showing the volume of imported sugar has been allocated to 3 importers.
It seems that there are people who are jumping the gun. Mayroon mga advance mag-isip.
Dapat i-consider siyang smuggled, kumpiskahin at kasuhan, investigahan at kasuhan yung mga nag-import. Maaga pa sa date of application at lalong di hamak maaga pa sa date of award of allocation. Dapat hindi pa naibenta.
Some sugar producers expressed various concerns.
Kung may utos siya, anything that comes in, hindi illegal. Okay, it has to be proven. They should hold that shipment until everything is clarified. It will not do good to the farmers here. We're worried about that. The stakeholders are really worried about what's happening. And believe without the sugar order, it's illegal.
Ontiveros seeks probe on the controversial sugar importation and requested officials involved in the brewing another round of sugar fiasco to clarify the issue.
In all commodities na aming covered, whether it's sugar, gulay, bigas, lahat po yan, definitely we are against smuggling. We will always protect the interests of our producers.
Yeah, as of this moment, SRA is trying its best to make this program legit and fair, not to everybody. So there is a process that we have to follow.
Just recently, the DA Inspectorate and Enforcement Team seized 11 container vans of smuggled refined white sugar worth more than 27 million pesos. The shipments are consigned to Kanluran Consumer Goods Trading from China. The cargo was misdeclared as motorcycle spare parts, which arrived in 3 batches in February 6, 15, and 16. The DA Inspectorate and Enforcement Team is preparing charges against the consignee for violation of food safety and Anti-Agricultural Smuggling Act. Clazel Cordelia for The Nation.